Welcome to today's class. Today we're going to do a heart and shoulder opener. This will still be a beginner level, level 1 class, but it will be a little bit different than what we have been doing because I like to do some kind of theme stuff along with the beginner series. So today's heart and shoulder opener class is going to do just what it says. We're going to open up the heart and the chest, get the shoulders open, because a lot of us really need that in our lives these days. From all the devices we do, all the hunching over we do at a desk or standing or whatever you might do. So, and I think we can all use this just in our lives, just in general, with everything that seems to be going on in our world. So I'm hoping that this little class kind of gives you a little bright spot in your heart when you're done. So today's quote is by the Dalai Lama. And it is, I think it's a great quote. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. And I think that quote could not be more true than right now. Rings very true. I'm going to say it one more time. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. So think about that throughout our class today. Today we're going to start out with a supported heart and chest opener. And so depending on what works for you, I'm going to show you a couple different configurations. You can take a bolster, a couple of bed pillows, you could roll up a towel. There's a lot of options here. So if you're using a bolster, you'll set it behind you and you'll kind of nestle your lower back right up to it. And from here you're going to simply lay back onto the bolster. And as you do that, you're going to feel that chest. You can keep your legs whatever configuration. They can stay cross-legged, they can be in a bent configuration, they can be out straight. Let your arms go up to the sides and you just feel this nice chest opener. So this is one option. If you have a bolster, some pillows, a blanket, something you can stack up and just get that chest open. Another thing you can do, if you have most definitely it would be easier with foam blocks if you happen to have foam blocks. Again, any of these configurations will work. So whatever you can find that will kind of simulate this will be great. So you're going to take, and you can start at any level, almost around the lowest level just so you can see. And this you may find a little bit more intrusive, so see what you think. I usually like to have the head block a little bit higher. So this is going to go right about, for the ladies, you all know this, where your bra line is, but about the middle of upper back. So you're going to have that block right about there, right there on your mid back, and then your head will come back on that other block, and you'll open up. And you can have the blocks at any level you'd like here. So find that configuration that works best for you. I'm going to set up, and I'm just going to keep you in that one for about another 45 seconds or so. So just breathe in and out here while you're in this pose, whether you're with the blocks or the bolster. I'm going to use the bolster option today, or again, pillows, anything like that will work. Just stay there for another 15 seconds. Just really breathing deeply, opening that chest, just feeling how that feels. Just have your chest open. Breathe in and out at your own pace and feel that. You guys go ahead and stay there for another two nice deep breaths in and out. And let all that go. And some of you may want to stay there the rest of the class. And just so you know, at the end, we're going to take that as a possible Shavasana versus just lying straight on the floor. So you may have a chance to come back to it. All right, so from there, I'm going to have you guys come back up, and we're going to go into all fours. And we're just going to do a simple cat-cow flow to open up the spine. So your hands underneath of your shoulders, knees underneath of your hips. And we're going to inhale and arch that back, look up, and exhale and round. And look in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. 3 more times. Inhale, look up, arch. Exhale, round. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round, and look in. Come back to a nice neutral spine, and from here, we're going to do what's commonly called a twisted puppy pose. So If you remember, we've done puppy pose where you stretch your arms out further in front of you and you stretch back with your head on the floor. We're going to do that, but we're going to take the right hand and thread it underneath of our left and come down onto that right shoulder and our right cheek. And you're going to be in a bit of a twist here with this opening your shoulder. Give that a nice stretch. Nice deep breath in and out here. Twice more. Once more. And inhale, come back up. And we're going to thread the other one. So take your left arm and thread underneath of your right. And bringing your left cheek down and your left shoulder down. The right hand will be stretched out on the mat in front of you. And 3 nice deep breaths in and out here. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more inhales and exhales. 1 more. On the inhale, come back up. And from here, we're just going to lie onto our bellies. Move whatever might be in your way. Come onto your belly. And we're going to do a bit of a seal and cobra series. So from here, you're going to lay on your mat, your arms up to your side. We're going to start out with seal. So we're going to have our arms a little bit further out in front of us. Maybe off of the mat on either side, nice and wide. So from here, you're just going to inhale, raise your chest up and look up. And exhale, lower back down. Bring your arms a little bit closer to you. Your hands, I should say. Inhale and come up again. And exhale back down. Bring your hands in a little bit closer. Inhale. And exhale back down. And then bring your hands right next to your chest for regular cobra. And inhale, come up, really lift that chest, bring that chest through. And exhale, lower down. From here, we're going to stay on our stomachs. And I'm going to introduce the pose called locust. This is a great back strengthener, and it also helps in opening the shoulders, getting the chest open. So take both of your hands and place them on the ground next to you with palms facing down. Head is on the mat. From here, we leave the hands and feet, everything in contact with the mat, except just raise your head and part of your chest up. And exhale, lower back down. Twice more. Inhale, just your head and chest. And exhale back down. Once more. Inhale, lift up, and exhale back down. Now, if you'd like to continue on with this pose, you can, or you can stay with just the head and neck. From here, we're going to lift head, neck, shoulders, and our hands. So inhale, feet will still be in contact with the mat. Exhale back down. Twice more. You can always stay with the first version with your hands on the ground. Inhale, head, chest, and arms up. Back down. Once more. Inhale, chest and arms, head. Exhale back down. If that felt okay, now we're going to add the legs. Again, you can always stay with either one of those other variations. So on the inhale, everything but your hips and obviously your pelvis and your stomach will stay in contact. So inhale, lift your legs, your arms, your chest, your head. Exhale, lower back down. Twice more. Inhale, lift it all up off the mat. Exhale, back down. And once more. Inhale, arms, legs, chest, really stretch. And exhale, lower that back down. Nicely done. All right, from there we're going to come back up to all fours, and we're going to stand at the top of our mat for mountain. Stand at the top of our mat for mountain pose. Okay, so here we go. Mountain pose. Stand nice and tall, all four corners of your feet, grounded into the mat. Just looking to make sure I know what we're doing next. It's easy to get everything mixed up. All right, so from here, inhale, nice and tall in mountain, and exhale, step your right foot back into a low lunge. So bring that right knee down to the mat, untuck your back toes, And from here today, we're gonna bring our arms into cactus. It'll look like goalposts. I'll turn so you can see your arms will be in like a goalpost configuration. And from here, just open that chest. You can stay upright or you can come forward a little bit, opening up that right hip flexor, open up the chest, breathing, always breathing. And from here, lower your hands to the ground and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward into plank or modified. And exhale, lower down to the ground. Untuck your back toes. From here, you can either rise up into seal, or you can rise up into cobra. Or if you liked the locust variation, any of those variations, you can come up into a locust. With all your hands and arms and chest off the ground. So you pick your variation and come up into that one. I'm going to do cobra. So inhale up into seal, cobra, or locust. And exhale, lower back down. Tuck your toes. And let's come back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge. Bring your left knee down to the ground. And from here, we're going to cactus the arms again. So you can either stay more upright or you can come forward a bit to open up that left hip flexor. Open up the chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. A couple more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And from here, I'm going to step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way up to mountain. Very nice. Just want to make sure I've not missed anything on this one. All right, from here, stay where you're at, and now we're going to step our right foot back into high lunge yet again. Get your balance, get where you need to be, and from here, we're going to cactus those arms, but this time we're going to do a little movement with it. So our arms are cactus shape, and on the inhale, we're going to round. Actually, on the inhale, we're going to open up the chest, really look up. And on the exhale, we're going to round in and bring the arms in together. Okay, so twice more. Inhale, open up your arms, look up. And then exhale and round it in, bring your arms together. Once more. Staying in that high lunge. I can feel it burning my left leg too, I feel it. Inhale, open up, and exhale, close it in. From there, hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, and exhale, lower down. You now know the modifications. So you can either come up on your inhale into seal, cobra, or your locust with all your hands and your legs off of the ground. So pick your variation. I'm going to go locust this time. So on the inhale, come into your variation, and exhale, lower back down. Nice. Tuck your back toes, inhale, and come into downward facing dog. From there, we're going to step our left foot forward. And now we're going to come up into our high lunge, yet again on this side. And now step all the way forward. We're just going to come in straight back into mountain pose on this side. All right, so from there, stand in mountain. Let all that kind of clear out for a moment. Now we're going to exhale and step our left foot back into a high lunge. And then from here, we're going to cactus those arms. And we're going to do that same movement. So your right leg is forward now and bent. And now you're going to inhale and open up, look up, and exhale, round. Watch your balance. Inhale, open up, look up, and exhale, bring your arms together and round in. Once more. Inhale, open up, and exhale, round in, bring your arms together. Lower your hands to the ground and step back into downward facing dog. A nice deep breath here. From there, you're going to step your right foot forward, come back up into a high lunge. Stay here for a nice, deep breath in. Arms can be up or in prayer position at your sides. And now step back into mountain pose. So yeah, I was feeling that too. I understand. All right, so we're going to do that just one more time through on each side. So here we go. You're in mountain pose. Step your right foot back, left foot forward. Cactus your arms. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring your arms together and fold in. Round in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round, bring your arms together. Once more. Inhale, open up. And exhale, bring it back together. From there, plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Come into either seal, cobra, or locust. You decide. Inhale up. Your variation. Exhale, back down to the ground. Tuck the back toes. And inhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left foot forward. Rise up into high lunge. You can stay here with your arms down, or arms can be up. You find your variation for your arms today. Inhale here, and exhale, step forward into mountain. Nice. We'll do the other side one more time, so here we go. Inhale into mountain, and exhale, step your left foot back. Your right foot is now forward into high lunge. Cactus those arms. Inhale, open up, look up. Exhale, round, bring your arms together. Inhale, open up, look up. Exhale, bring your arms in and together and round. Inhale once more, open up, look up. Exhale, bring your arms together and round. From there, plant your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale and out, exhale, rock forward into plank. You can always modify. Exhale, lower to the ground. Untuck your back toes. And on the inhale, come into your variation. Cobra, seal, or locust. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. And come back into downward facing dog. On the inhale, bring your right leg forward, best you can, and rise all the way back up into your high lunge, either hands at your hips, overhead, or in prayer position. Inhale, and exhale, step forward back into mountain pose. Very nice, very nice. All right, from here, we're gonna come down on our mats, we're gonna come back down to our stomachs, and we're gonna come into Sphinx pose, much like the Sphinx in Egypt. So come down to your bellies, and your arms will be about shoulder distance apart. Your elbow will be underneath of your shoulders. Elbows, I should say, will be underneath of both of your shoulders. Hands out in front of you. And really bring that chest forward, coming out of your hips, of course staying in contact with the ground, pulling yourself up and out of those hips so that your heart is really shining forward. Okay, and we're going to stay here and breathe at your own pace, in and out through your nose for a few nice, deep, cleansing breaths. And you continue to breathe, and I'm going to talk about a couple of the benefits that I have found from heart and chest openers. One of them is it helps you to breathe better. You're able to breathe deeper. When your chest is more open, you can get more breath in. You can take deeper breaths, which is cleansing for the body all around. It's great for your immune system. It's great to clear out the old stuff as you exhale. And also, chest openers and heart openers are wonderful at helping us develop more compassion. Continue to breathe there as I continue here. And I think that we could all use a lot more compassion in our world these days. So it helps you develop that because your heart is much more open and you're a little bit more willing to have compassion for not only yourself, for others around you, and maybe even those you don't necessarily like so much, which is the hardest part. All right, from here, We're gonna come up onto hands and knees, and we're gonna big toes touching and sink back onto your heels into child's pose. So we're gonna stay here for a couple of nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And again, you can always prop yourself up if you need to, whatever you need to do to make this pose more comfortable. You can stay more upright. You can have your head on the ground. You can alternatively have your knees together and your arms back along your sides. So you need to decide what is best for you today. And breathe here in and out through your nose at your own pace. Couple more, please. And then from here, we're going to stay in this pose, but we're going to take our right arm and we're going to continue with the shoulder opening. We're going to thread that right arm underneath of our left and come down on, if you're able, or you can use a block if your head does not come down to the floor. And either your head on a block or on the floor, and your left arm will be out in front of you. And just stay here for a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Let's take two more. One more. And so come on up. And let's go to the other side. So we'll thread that left arm underneath of the right. And bring your head down to the ground if you're able, or to a block. Whatever works best for you. And breathe here. Let's take two more. And one more. All right. From here, we're going to come up and we're going to come into sitting on our heels, or if that doesn't work for you, you can sit on a block. Sit up on a block or a pillow, blanket, whatever. If that doesn't work for you, feel free to sit in a comfortable cross-legged seat. That's fine too. I'm going to turn and face you, and I'm going to sit up on the block for now. So we're going to work with our shoulders a bit more, and we're going to work on eagle pose. Now, for some people, this doesn't work for their shoulders, and if that's the case, then I will show you the modification. But we'll try it and see what happens. So bring both of your arms out to the sides. And then from here, we're going to take the right arm and cross it over the left, as such. And then you can bring them up, and you can either have the backs of your palms are touching, or if you're able, bring that left hand around and clasp the right palm. And this may be difficult depending upon your shoulder flexibility. So if you stay here, or that's fine. If you're able to go here, great. Bring the elbows up to about shoulder height. If this does not work for you, then the alternative, if it works for you, stay there and take some deep breaths. Otherwise, take your right arm across and just pull it in with your left hand. Staying here at the nice shoulder height, so you don't want to dip down too far. This is also going to do the same work. So it doesn't matter which one you're in. Pick the variation that works for you. And if you are in eagle arms, let me turn a little bit to the side so you can kind of see me here. If you're in eagle arms, just remember to keep those elbows up about shoulder height. And really feel that across the back of your shoulders. And breathing deeply here for a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Let's go for one more. And now from there, release, and we'll do the other side. So if you needed to do the variation, then on the other side, you're just going to take your left arm across and pull it in with your right arm. Otherwise, if you're doing eagle, arms out to the sides. I am a little bit of an angle here, so it looks kind of weird. Arms out to the sides, and now cross your left arm up on top of your right. Bring them up. You can either leave the backs of your palms touching, or bring that right hand to touch the left palm. Breathe here, nice and deep, keeping the elbows up at shoulder height. Let's take a few more nice deep inhales, exhales. And let's do one more. And from there, release. All right, now we're going to come down to our backs, and we're going to go into bridge. We're going to do bridge 2 times. So lie down on your back. Feet hip distance apart, soles of the feet on the ground, arms down by your sides. Take a deep inhale. And when you're ready, exhale and lift up. Lift your hips up into the air, lift your chest. Roll those shoulders back and underneath. Really open up that chest. Fill in the stretch in your quads. Take a nice deep breath here, in and out. Remember not to let your knees splay out to the side. You want to keep them relatively pointed forward as they are. Exhale, let's come back down. Let that go for a minute. And the inhale, let's come back up to bridge one more time. Really bring those hips up, chest up, chin up, breathing here. And on the exhale, come back down. And from here, we're just going to come into a simple, easy twist, supine twist. So bring your knees into your chest. And from there, roll over, bring both your legs over to the right. Left arm out to the left. And look over your left shoulder. Breathe here deeply. Twice more. Once more. Come back up to center. Bring your knees back into your chest. And now go to the other side. Move over here a little bit. There we go. Drop drop your legs over to the left. Right arm out to the right. And look over that right shoulder. Breathe here deeply for 3 nice deep breaths. And come back up to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then roll over to your side and sit up, because we're going to come back into what we started with the propped up version of the nice chest opener. So you have a couple of options here. You can do the blocks like we did earlier. You can do whatever height works best for you and lay back over the blocks. You can also use your bolster. Lay back over your bolster. And open up that way. Or alternatively, if none of those work for you or you want something different, you can also just roll up your mat. Simply roll up your mat. And lie back over that. And that'll be a little less intrusive, although you'll still feel something. And you have the option here, actually at this point, I think we're going to take Shavasana in this. Now, if you really don't want the opener, again, it's just too much, then go into your regular full Shavasana. Otherwise, we're going to come into this pose for a Shavasana. So I'm going to use the roll up this time just to do something different. And lay back either over your prop, your bolster, your blanket, your pillows, your blocks. And just, obviously, if you do the roll, it's not quite as open, but you're still opening that chest. And just lay here, and you can have your legs out stretched if you like, whatever feels best. Breathe here nice and deeply. And you stay there. I'm going to come up and watch the time. But if you're able and you'd like to, please stay in that bolster, with your blocks or the roll or your bolster or blanket or pillow. Stay in that heart opener for Shavasana this time. Or again, if that doesn't work for you, then please come into regular Shavasana. And I'm going to let you stay here for about a minute. So just breathe in and out through your nose at your own pace. And just feel that nice opening if you're in the propped up version of Shavasana. Otherwise, just let everything go into the mat. Let the effects of your practice wash over you. And I'll give you a few quiet moments. If you wish to stay, please stay for as long as you like. I highly recommend a few minutes, and this pose is great. Otherwise, if you need to get on with your day and go about your business, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, squeeze them in, roll over to your side. Using your arms, prop yourself up, come back up to a seated position. I thank you very much for joining me today in this class, this nice heart, chest, and shoulder openers. I hope that you feel a little bit more expansive and you feel like you're standing a little taller and maybe a little bit more open to the world instead of being hunched. So see how that feels for you for the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to the next class with you. Namaste.